Hello everyone. Today we are going to start with the next unit. The next unit in microeconomics carries 13 marks and it has a lot of new concepts. Of course, some portions have been deleted also. I will be talking to you in detail about portions not to be included for this year, as well as the various portions that are in other parts. The entire unit carries 13 marks. So, the production, behavior and supply is the name of the unit. It carries 13 marks. Out of these 13 marks, the breakup is as follows. Production function carries 3 marks. Cost carries 3 marks. Revenue carries 3 marks. Producer's equilibrium is not included in this year's syllabus, and it included the meaning and conditions and terms of marginal revenue and marginal cost. So this is not going to be tested and included in this year's syllabus, although it is part of this unit. The last part is supply, which carries 4 marks. So we shall be doing today the first part, that is production function, which carries 3 marks. Let us begin with what is production function. Production function has been given in the form of this numerical form. P is equal to F in brackets L, comma labor LBR, comma K, comma E, comma T. This production function means that production is a function of, means dependent upon land, which is L, LBR is labor, K is capital, E is enterprise, and T state of technology. Whenever a producer has to produce, he has to arrange for all these factors of production. So production at any point of time is dependent on all these factor inputs or these inputs. So production function is an expression of the technological relationship between physical input and output of a good. This, children, can be asked for 1 mark. A definition on production function may be asked for 1 mark. Production function is applicable both in the short period and long period. Let us understand what is short period or short run and long period or long run. This I have given to you in the form of a table. Let us start with the first point on the short run. First point is, it is that time period in which output can be changed by changing only variable factors. Children, you have to understand that the factors of production that I have just mentioned, that is land, labor, capital, enterprise and state of technology, these are the factor inputs, and we have to also check into account that in the short period, one factor of production is kept variable while others are kept as fixed. So on the basis of time period, we can change our production or total output in the short period by undertaking and altering the variable factor of production only. We cannot immediately increase land, we cannot immediately increase money invested or capital, we cannot increase enterprise, neither we can change our technology. Hence, only one factor of production, normally labor, can be increased or decreased in case we want to change our output. So, this is the first point that we have to understand, that in the short period you can change your output by altering, by changing your variable factor of production only. That means you can hire more laborers because labor is a variable factor of production. Contrary to this, in the long period, we find that it is possible to change the output by changing the scale of output. That is, change all factors of production. In the long run, you can hire more labor, you can hire more land, you can get more or a better technology, you can have more or better people involved in the management or enterprise. So all factors of production are changeable or variable. Land, labor, capital, enterprise and technology becomes variable. Second point under short run is, in the short run, one factor is kept fixed and the rest of the factors are variable. So you cannot change at least one factor of production, which is normally taken as land. Whereas in the long run, all factors of production can be changed or altered. That means they are variable. Third point, in the short run, as soon as demand increases for the product, it will affect the price of the commodity, as supply cannot be increased immediately. This is supply cannot be increased immediately. In the short run, you cannot increase your output immediately. You will increase it over a period of time. That is why in the short period, the first impact on the price of the product is that it tends to rise when its demand rises, because it takes some time to produce more units of that product. That is why in the short run, the immediate impact of an increase in demand is that its price shoots up. In the long run, however, your total output can easily be adjusted to changes in demand. Hence, in the long run, the scale of production can be changed. You can increase it or decrease it as the case may be. I'll continue with this chapter and this concept just now. However, please subscribe to my channel, Asha Tuli Education Academy, and enjoy more and more videos. Thank you.